So my name is Sasha, Slipback, for those of you who don't know me. Thank you.
You're the greatest.
So I wanted to start off, I'm the best man. I'm also the brother of the groom. So I wanted to start off by thanking everyone, family and friends, for coming out and celebrating the opening ceremony of the Olympic Games tonight. I hear it's going to be great. I want to give special thanks to Jim and Lori for putting together a beautiful wedding, a great reception, and mostly for raising such an amazing daughter. I'd also like to give my parents, thank you. I'd like to give my parents special thanks for raising an amazing son, but enough about me. We'll start with Kelly, the blushing bride, and I think everyone here will agree with me that she looks absolutely stunning in this dress. Right? Yeah? It's days like these that I really do wish me and Alan did look more alike. So when I first met you, Kelly, before Alan met Kelly, I never thought that you'd be the shiksa to melt his heart. That's how it went down. In the time that I've come to get to know you better, I've realized that you truly do make my brother happy, and for some reason, he makes you happy. The journey you're starting on is not one for the faint of heart. It's probably better for the hard of hearing. But regardless of Alan's flaws, I know that from the way you look into each other's eyes that you guys will be happy for the rest of your lives. And on behalf of all the Slipbacks, I'd like to welcome you to the family. There are many things that come to mind when I think about Alan and Kelly as a couple and what makes them such a great couple. I've had the privilege of living with Alan for most of their relationship, and I will say that I have never seen someone so dedicated to studying so hard every night to ensure that he had several hours to Skype with Kelly every single night. I mean, these people, they love communicating so much that it does not stop when they go to sleep. If anyone has ever slept in the same room as these two, they love talking to each other in their sleep. Alan usually has a few choice words about me, which I will not repeat right now. Yeah.
Wait a minute, Sasha, when have you been in the room with Kelly sleeping?
There was, I guess, Parma, in Parma. Where's Parma? There they are, yeah. When we were in Parma, we all slept in the same room. I think at our house at some point. It's happened. Anyway. So when Alan finally told me that I would be his best man, I was ecstatic. It had taken him 24 years, but he finally admitted that I was the best. So I actually spoke to him several times about my speech tonight, and he told me that he expected me to procrastinate, which I did, which is something that's always annoyed him. And I kind of wanted to exclude other things that annoyed him, so I sat down and I made a list of everything I do that annoys Alan, and let's just say it got pretty long. But I was thinking about what I wanted to tell you about Alan, in all seriousness, growing up with Alan was a truly great experience. He was born on a cold Tuesday morning on February 3rd, 1987. He was a happy baby. You know, he got himself in some tricky situations. If you'll ask my mother, she'll tell you about some times that he rolled himself under a chair and nearly gave her a heart attack. But it wasn't until 14 months later that his life was truly complete, when on April 21st, 1988, his favorite brother came into the picture. And when we were young, he loved playing with me. And then I learned to talk. Like all brothers before us, we didn't always see eye to eye. And when we did, things were great, we always got along. And when we didn't, you know, we ended up getting into some aggressive negotiations, but they always resolved themselves. And as the saying goes, blood is thicker than water, but unfortunately nothing is as thick as Alan.
That's what she said.
Thank you. Through my years with him, he shared, thank you, Paul. Through my years with Alan, he shared many life lessons with me that I chose 3 that I'd like to share with the rest of you. Never question your elders. Alan had an interesting way of instilling this moral onto me. He made sure that I knew that I was always wrong and he was always right. Number 2, take responsibility for your actions. Whenever I did something wrong, Alan made sure I always knew about it. He also made sure that everyone in a 3-mile radius knew about it. And even if I didn't do something wrong, he made sure that I knew about it. If that's not love, then I really don't know what love is. And finally, he taught me to always ask questions. Through the years, Alan has always asked me thought-provoking questions about life in the universe, and I've actually written a few down. They include such gems as, why do you always annoy me? Are you an idiot? What's wrong with you? And my all-time favorite, why couldn't I have been an only child? Growing up, I've always looked up to Alan, at least until he stopped growing and I didn't. And although we didn't always get along, we never forgot how much we meant to each other. Alan took his role as my older brother very seriously. He was always looking out for me, and whether it was a scuffle at a bus stop or holding our own in a bar against some idiots, he always had my back. After all, if anyone was going to be picking on me, it was going to be him. Alan is one of the smartest people I know. He always manages to exceed everyone's expectations, and if you've asked anyone who's ever had a class with him, we all hate him for it. Aside from being my brother, he's also one of my best friends. Even though he can be brutally honest at times, he's always willing to help with a problem or lend some needed advice. He's also one of the most fun people to be around when he wants to be. Alan and I are closer than most siblings I know when it comes to having a good time together. He makes a great dance partner, and we're always joking around. Alan, you're smart, you're funny, you're responsible, and I've been a great role model for most of my life. I hope that one day I can take on some of the traits that make you such an amazing person. You've been a terrific friend and an even better brother, and I love you for it.
Aww.
Thank you.
How cute.
So, I want to propose a toast, and if everyone could raise their glasses. When I see the way you two look at each other, I have no doubt in my mind that you two were meant to be. I hope that you can stay in love as you continue your lives together and start a family, which I am very excited to be part of. To Alan and Kelly.
Cheers. Get her done.